Katy Country 94 weather.
Here's a look at your local weatherology forecast. Chance for storms today, otherwise overcast skies. Daytime highs approaching 85. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance for storms tonight, lows around 70, cloudy skies. Chance for storms tomorrow, 94, partly cloudy. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on KD Country 94. Currently, it's 79 degrees.
This Harvest Report on KD Country 94 and Z96 Through the Lake is brought to you by Simpson Farm Enterprises on Highway 24 in Beloit. You can buy a sprayer anywhere, but nobody knows spray application like the guys at Simpson Farm Enterprises. Call them at 738-2299. Stop by the store on Highway 24 in Beloit or visit them online at simpsonfarm.com. Simpson Farm Enterprises, your spray application experts. Harvest continues along here in north central Kansas. Another day on Thursday with some light rain that came through that will slow things down another day or so for some of the area producers in north central Kansas. We had a chance to catch up with Cody Richards, who manages the Central Valley Ag locations in Glen Elder and Cawker City, and he gave an update on what's going on in that part of Mitchell County.
We started taking grain, I think it was around the 12th of the month, and I don't know, I'd say we're probably getting close to 85-90% done in this area. You know, most of them are surprisingly happy. I think, especially the guys, north of Highway 24, seems like the yields are a lot higher than expected, and as well as south of 24. I think everybody's just been pretty pleased with the way this crop ended up coming out. Everything's above average, 60-pound test weight. The moistures have all been good, good and dry. Protein levels just all over the board this year. So it's been just a little bit of a different year, especially with the proteins. There was a band of hail that went through, earlier this year, and that was pretty isolated. I would say a few more days, good hot days in the field, it'll finish these guys up for the most part.
And again, thanks to Cody Richards from Central Valley Ag in Glen Elder and Cawker City for giving us the update on harvest here in that part of Mitchell County. We're here in north central Kansas with our harvest reports coming up here at the end of this week, maybe beginning of next week. We'll start chatting with some more people, maybe up in Jewell County and Smith County as well, get updates on how that's going, catch somebody in Osborne County as well on these harvest reports as harvest continues here this summer in north central Kansas. A harvest report on KD Country 94 and Z96 Through the Lake, brought to you by Simpson Farm Enterprises on Highway 24 in Beloit. You can buy a sprayer anywhere, but nobody knows spray application like the guys at Simpson Farm Enterprises. Call them at 738-2299. Stop by the store on Highway 24 in Beloit or visit them online at simpsonfarm.com. Simpson Farm Enterprises, your spray application experts.
Simpson Farm Enterprises carries the Apache line of sprayers, and there's a reason. In fact, there's several reasons. Apache sprayers come in 5 different models to fit every size of operation. They feature premium technology and the exclusive power-to-the-ground mechanical-driven traction. Most of all, the 5-year warranty offered by Apache is unmatched. That's why they have the highest retained value in the industry. See Simpson Farm Enterprises today at any of their 5 locations and spray with the best you can buy.
Get yourself ready for the 4th of July with Wholesale Liquor and Beloit's Last Friday First Drink event this Friday, June 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. Enjoy food and drink samples and make sure to sign up for some cool prizes. Hungry? Food available throughout the day courtesy of the Taco Grande food truck. While you're there, get Busch Light 30 packs for $25.69. Make sure to attend Wholesale Liquor's Last Friday First Drink event this Friday, June 28th from 4 to 6 p.m. on Highway 24 in Beloit and kick off your 4th of July celebrations.
The news this hour is brought to you by Anderson Insurance Agency. They do farm, home, auto, life, and crop insurance. Stop by and see Matt and Becky, 118 North Mill in Beloit, or call them at 738-5701.
Keeping you informed, this is KD Country 94 and Z96.3 News.
The Kansas Department of Health and Environment is proud to announce that the state Medicaid program known as KanCare has secured a $2.5 million grant awarded by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services for the implementation of school-based services. The grant underscores KDHE's dedication to enhancing the health care services available in Kansas schools, including those related to mental health. KDHE Deputy Secretary for Agency Integration and Medicaid Director Christina Osterlund said, quote, "We are grateful for CMS's support in our efforts to connect more children with the healthcare services they need right where they learn. This grant is a testament to our dedication to the health and well-being of our youth citizens who are the future of our state. This funding will facilitate the integration of comprehensive health services within schools, ensuring students have better access to necessary care. The grant will facilitate several key initiatives: enrollment assistance to help eligible students and their families access Medicaid coverage, provision of a broad array of Medicaid-covered health services directly within schools, enhanced outreach and educational efforts to promote the health and wellness of students, reducing the need for emergency care and boosting educational outcomes. This award reflects a robust partnership between federal and state governments and strengthens the state's commitment to not only meet educational needs but also the physical and mental health requirements of young Kansans. KDHE extends its heartfelt thanks to David Jordan and the United Methodist Health Ministry Fund for their invaluable support in applying for this award. Also, following up on a report that we had on our Wednesday news about the fire at Evergreen Recycle in Park City, KSN in Wichita is reporting the fire at Evergreen Recycle is now under control, according to Sedgwick County Fire Marshal Brad Crisp. Crisp said piles are still smoldering, but there are no active fires or flames. He said right now about 13 firefighters and officials on the scene using bulldozers, Traco, and Quint to basically push the burn piles together, compact them, and then saturate them with water. Wednesday night, SCFD planned to scale away back and just have a single crew on scene to monitor the hot spots. They won't be spraying water unless there's a flare-up, and that is the same plan for today. Today's community calendar is brought to you by Heart Choices Pregnancy and Parenting Resource Center, offering free pregnancy tests, pregnancy counseling, and parenting classes at 6th and Independence in Beloit. And at their satellite location, Concordia, Osborne, and Smith Center, you can call 738-3433 for an appointment or check them out at their website, heartchoicesbeloit.com. Emerson Lake Fireworks Show is coming up Wednesday, July 3rd, starting at dark there in Jewel, sponsored by the Jewel Chamber of Commerce. There'll be plenty of food vendors and other vendors. Becky Fernandez, DJ, will be there. There'll be giveaways. They're looking forward to seeing everyone there at the Emerson Lake Fireworks Show, starting at dark Wednesday, July 3rd in Jewel. That's the news this hour on Katy Country 94 and Z96 through the lake. I'm Dusty Donis.
Your number one source for local sports in north central Kansas. This is Katy Country 94 and Z96.3 Sports.
Through MacArthur's legs, Garcia is there, and the Royals take the series with a 2-out, 5-run rally in the bottom of the 8th.
And one more on the Royals win coming up here in this sportscast. We'll also look at local sports. An area athlete will be competing at the U.S. Olympic trials tonight in Eugene, Oregon. Also, the NBA draft round 1 on Wednesday night and other NBA moves that we'll chat about coming up in this sportscast on Katy Country 94 and Z96.3 The Lake. A Beloit native and St. John's grad Brady Pollen of Wichita State will be competing in the U.S. Olympic team trials in track and field tonight in Eugene, Oregon. After gaining All-American status at the NCAA Division I Championships earlier this month in Oregon, Pollen will compete in the high jump again tonight. 24 total jumpers will compete until the top 12 athletes remain. Then those 12 will come back Sunday for the finals. Along with Pollen, Tyus Wilson of Sterling in Nebraska and Devin Loudermilk of West Elk and KU will compete. Athletes will need to meet the Olympic standard of 7 3/4 regardless of placing to qualify for the Paris Olympics. Competition begins at 7 o'clock tonight, and fans should be able to watch on the USA Network app for individual events. As heard moments ago, after a slow offensive start, the Royals caught a heater in the 8th inning and scored all 5 runs in a 5-1 win over the Marlins at Coppin Stadium Wednesday afternoon. The Marlins took a 1-0 lead into the 8th with 2 outs. Bobby Witt Jr. tripled, which opened the floodgates. Vinny Pasquantino drove in Witt to tie the game, and after Dyer Blanco came in as a pinch runner, he was driven home by Salvador Perez for the lead. Nick Lofton followed by driving in Perez, and after a single by MJ Melendez and a walk to Hunter Renfroe, both Melendez and Lofton were driven in by Freddie Fermin to cap the 5-run inning. James MacArthur pitched a 1-2-3 ninth to seal the win for KC. Royals manager Matt Quatrero on the big 8th inning.
2 outs, nobody on, right? And I don't know how many, 7 hits that, 6? Yeah, and just the quality of what they swung at, too. I mean, Brazoban came in, did a good job yesterday. Today, once we got the line moving a little bit, the guys put some really good swings on it. Lofton's at-bat was a great at-bat. Clearly, Salvi, giving us the lead. And so many things happened in that inning. Blanco, then taking the extra bases, going first to third to keep setting up runners in scoring position. I mean, like we've talked about, sometimes we're not going to come through, but we got to keep putting pressure on and keep putting ourselves in those positions.
The Royals are now 44-38 after winning 2 of 3 against the Marlins. They'll welcome AL Central leading at 51-27 Guardians for a 4-game series starting at 7:10 tonight. Michael Wacha back from his rehab stint to make the start for the Royals on the mound. He is 4-6 with a 4.07 ERA. Will face Ben Lively of the Guardians, who's 7-3 with a 3.03 ERA.
With the first pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Zachary Rizache from Lyon, France, and France's J.L. Boron-Bress.
As expected, the Hawks took Rizache as the second straight season. A French native was the first pick in the NBA draft after the Spurs took Victor Wembanyama, number 1 last season. France took the top 2 spots and 3 of the top 6 this season. Alex Sarr of France was the second pick by the Wizards, and the Hornets took Tijani Salon with the 6th pick. Rounding out top 5 picks, the Rockets took guard Reed Shepherd of Kentucky at number 3. The Spurs selected UConn guard Stephon Castle at 4. And the Pistons picked small forward Ron Holland II from G League Ignite at number 5. Of note, from Wednesday night's first round at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, KU forward Johnny Furphy was not selected, despite all indications being that he would be. He and Kevin McCullough Jr. of KU are both on the board heading into the second round, which will be held this afternoon at 3 o'clock at ESPN's Manhattan studios and aired on ESPN. For a full look at Wednesday night's first-round picks, you can visit NBA.com. And finally, other NBA moves away from the draft. Free agent forward OG Anunoby is expected to stay with the Knicks on a 5-year, $212.5 million contract. The Knicks got Anunoby in a trade with the Raptors at the start of the 2024 calendar year. Averaged 14.5 points, 4 rebounds a game last season. Also, Bam Adebayo set for a 3-year, $166 million extension with the Heat. Adebayo averaged a double-double this past season at 19.5 points, 10.5 rebounds, and added 4 assists per game. That's a look at sports on your sports leader in North Central Kansas. Katy Country 90.9, Z96.3 The Lake. Sportscast is brought to you by Zachry's Ace Hardware in Beloit. I'm Dusty Donis.